Say o man mu nsem. Oh, o man mu nsem de o man we de semujo. Asumdue mai. Ana mpa cho me bua. De bia ni. O man ya wo no ho ko police station. Ni achi wu kromani na hyem ni agya ho. Wo de onko de asumdue nko a. Enti ho bia beba. De wo mu no. Na oni mu ana.
Ade o man oni ho nya asema.
Ai wu kromani no ho nya asema. Ni achi wu kromani na hyem ni agya ho no se bla wo de ko ai. Umfri akoba mi. We di ahe anu ofri ya ne be ka asem. Enti wo ko. Mi hu bi da o wi ase ba bia age sa. Na nya sa na tie.
Me mamu nyina akoba mesere se unya dwene ya no bomoden na share na like it and keep your comments coming. Send a beya adwumadi no ebetimi akọ nanim. Mesere Jamfi afọ dwo me akwaba. Kwesi ba konso memba akwaba. Bass Tom Lee Jr. Also, greetings to all freedom fighters and Fix the Country members. Greetings to you too. Good morning, good afternoon, and I say good evening, depending on baby, I'll share me free. Michael Jimanso, Mwakwaba, and Kwame Lobos. Hey, Kwame Lobos, salute. Kwame Lobos, thank you so much. Mesre Semobaya, mon share, na mon like it. Yeah. Mesre, Montage, Yenuabema Kwame A Plus. Moi, mon name Kwame A Plus, no. Meka Abrantier. Ni monyamfo kama we dumtuni Kwame A Plus montage no mame ya montage Kwame A Plus mame say ya me ye no say tag somebody na ebinum adwen yo mo say I'm here to insult. No, I'm not here to attack Kwame A Plus, neither am I here to insult Kwame A Plus. Kwame A Plus wachre na dwen na me ne no anya adwen enti me ba be ma reasons ntia me ne Kwame A Plus anya adwen. Very simple. We are not here to fight. Neither are we here to throw tantrums. Ebusia, Brony, and I say, Mammy, I'm who knows Queen Suya Washe African way. Nidi and the Anne Sophie Ave. Anne Sophie Ave. Or nona or yet, the French ambassador to Ghana. Nidi and the Anne Sophie Ave. Very nice woman. Washe African print. Kama. Promoting Ghana to the world. Waya dear pa. Atadia no fatano. Waya dear. Every Kwame A Plus ede mami picture to the page so. Na oka se enyuma mami we aye no. E was say Ghana for nyina etimi ema no a standing ovation. Muntie mi pa o. Enra yemi abema Kwame A Plus. Ede mami we emfoni the same picture we are. Enye different picture. Boko ni page ambe hu. The same picture we are. Kwame A Plus edit to the page so eka say enyuma maami we aye no eho be hia say Ghana fo nyina ema no eye a standing ovation inokino odio Roberto Marinso me mwakwaba mesele say odwa ni yabomodin na like na share and keep the comments coming na ne boa ema system no mtumi bie say na be adwumadie no ebetimi akọ nanim. It's as simple as that. Now obi be bisa say edi enuma ena mami we ya yenti Kwame A Plus Ghana fo nyina ema no a standing ovation. He se e can standing ovation na enya small say 30 million people ebe ma wo a standing ovation. Standing ovation is normally awarded or accorded to people who have done something extraordinary. Ebia why is something heroic? Why bibia a sombo a boa Ghana for pass e bro ne meka ne say e bro adwene ntiase so. So ye bibia a sombo a na empen pi no ye ma a standing ovation. Enti standing ovation no sabi enye pole na ye dia church rough obia keke bia na ya standing ovation amasa nipa no anase sa wonia no debi. Standing ovation should not acquest state barrier. We don't accord a state barrier to just anybody. We accord state barrier to people who are of high repute, people who deserve it, and not just anybody. You know, standing ovation. So yemfama obi akake. We give to people who really deserve it. Menka se mami we nyeshi. Ena menka se mami we sabi emaye mbuno sabi mpediasan. She is not entirely the French government. It is a French government no puna. And no Africa for and say enya dia. It doesn't mean say mami we so wadwin bone. Now so me am person me chene say yen Ghana for and say yen Africa for no. Empepi ya na we are too quick to love people. We are too quick to trust people. We are too quick to accept people. I am not a racist. Me a pro-Ghanaian. Me obia, Senator Trump, eka say America first, you know. Me so me obia, I live by the terms Ghana first, black first, Ghana first, black first. And I say, near abua owo akanida no, so hu sonso no ana osuro. Abrofo no edi yewuda. Abrofo no abribia yene ombehia bia no omusisi yen. Enti ama have become very wary of them. Menya so quick say me trust broni Davida. Senya one quote of a Robert Mugabe oka say, the only white man you can trust is a dead white man. Media men can is an so menya so quick to trust foreigners. Menya so quick to trust especially abrofo. Kwame A Plus say ye mami o promoting Ghana to France. I say in terms of creative arts industry, Mami oye juma pa ase o promoting Ghana to the outside world, especially to name mine France baby I will free no. Enti ehon be hia se nka Ghana fo nyina be man standing ovation. All right. Yen shas yankasa. Maybe sa Kwame A Plus say ono akasa watema se adwen ho atiase se mami oye ambassador of France to Ghana. And normally as an ambassador you are representing your country, France, in the country in which you are. So this woman is called Her Excellency because or representing Macron or the French government in Ghana. That is why if you go to the embassy, embassy no sisono. For example, so America as Ghanaian muntie pao me chemwade. So ye Ghanaian or US. Na the US government epe wachiwo. Na se ura the Ghanaian embassy. According to international law, the police have no right to enter the embassy and arrest you at the embassy because in the embassy you are in Ghana. According to international law, in the embassy the moment you enter an embassy you are in Ghana. Eti mami we or French ambassador to Ghana. Eti baby a oti wo Ghana no France. Embassy no baby or one France in Ghana. 81. Let me make you aware, say the first priority of this woman is to promote the interest of the country. TMA Pao. The first priority of this woman you are seeing on the screen is to promote the interest of the country, which is France. Eti adim bia obeye biano. Se benefit France enya dia obeye. So normally whatever that these diplomats will do should be a win-win affair. Samoka se mami we promoting Ghana to France. Mami chema de. Promoting now or promoting will not only benefit Ghana and as a Ghanaians, it will also benefit the French people because France will say, hey, and as a Ghana ye guru dia, we can make investment in Ghana and also make money from Ghana. There are so many Ghanaians who are also promoting France in Ghana. There are so many Ghanaians who are also promoting France in Ghana through selling their perfumes and selling their products and whatever. And nobody has given them a standing ovation. Apostle Kojosafu Yobia or non so the way you also selling Ghana are more powerful than what this woman is doing. Apostle Kojosafu, the way I will see all selling Ghana, me say, are more powerful than what this woman might be doing. Kwame A Plus Yemano a standing ovation. And so Apostle Kojosafu ebesine Ghana for entimi emano standing ovation. Common emwampo asane yebaya ne factory no ebetimi aye factory a ewiase inabete ne nkakrampo no ya ban entimi emfama no tiemie pao. Enti charity begins at home. Se Kwame A Plus per se ye mama mi way a standing ovation because Ophelia say she has done something remarkable there. Then I am expecting the same Kwame A Plus to equally use his platform to fight. He say, Ghana Pennyphone Tie Apostle, Ghana Pennyphone Emma Apostle, a standing ovation. And every Ghanaian who is living abroad, contributing to the economies of those countries, must be given a standing ovation. Aya blacks, ena echetre America. Aya blacks, ena echetre France. Aya blacks, ena echetre Portugal. Aya blacks, ena echetre Europe. Now so basically we are saying my blacks a standing ovation. And I'm Even the atrocities committed against we people, we are simple to make sorry. Not to talk of a standing ovation. Can say, let us not be too quick to love people. And you say na colonialism and I say colonization, slave trade here. And then me demo come back to history. And you say yawo and na abrofono ba Africa because you know when the whites first came to Africa, when the whites before that, Mamencha will say, Mami we or you part of a system wa milk Africa and Francophone Africa, those who were colonized by France. This woman you are seeing on the screen is a diplomat or a politician or a part of the French government. Therefore, this woman is part of a system wa milking Africans dry. Says say Francophone Africa, they are still paying colonial taxes to Paris. The very day Africa ebe jai sa colonial taxes na ye pia to France, you know, the French economy will collapse. Believe you me. It is a mami we pesa or chire say or the heart of blacks or the heart of Ghanaians at heart there. And yet, let her not teach us or let her not give us fish, but rather let her teach us how to fish. Let this woman use her influence and power to speak against French influence in Africa. Let this woman, if or Ghana for or the Africa for us or percent Africa for koyanimu dia by promoting Ghana to the world or promoting Ghana to France dia, then I expect this woman Anne Sophie Ave to use her influence as a diplomat to speak against the influence of French people in Africa, the imperialism in Africa, to speak against colonial taxes that Francophone Africans are still paying to Paris. Let this woman use her influence to speak against that. Because, and that's a there be system one, colonial masters, and I say abrofono, asetiato hono. System one, you know, mechanism. System one, create Ediama Africa for no. No matter how much money they give you, you will never prosper. No matter how many freebies they give you, you and I will never prosper because they have created a system in such a way. Say, the more they give us, the more they make. These guys have created a system where the more they give Africans money, the more they make. The more they try to help us, the more they rather benefit from that help and not us. That is the kind of system we are creating. It is a mami way I am the French ambassador to Ghana per se, or demonstrate Ghana for say, or the Ghana for there, and yet, or use the influence, you know, and France speaking against our system and milking Africa for dry. The moment this woman is able to help Africans out of paying colonial taxes to France, we wouldn't need her help anymore. Africans will be able to stand on their own. We wouldn't need them to help us. Africans will be able to help themselves. We wouldn't need her to promote us to the world. Africans will be able to promote themselves to the world. But in this case, you know, we are not able, some way, somehow, we are not able to promote ourselves to the outside world because of system one abroad put in place. Ama Africa ababaye a place that no matter how much they try, we are still not able to develop. Because system no kahobi, yakasa ye jim ye kahon, and a system one abroad put in place in so a kahon. So Nia no mamu huni say waye bibia Ghana for who be there until 30 million people. A man is standing 30 million people. Emma mami way standing ovation say at the end why I say oh promoting Ghana to France. Sabi muma ya dwimu now. Sana abrofone ba Africa. So just imagine say somebody like Kwame A Plus. If you are to vote for Kwame A Plus as a president, Kwame A Plus will become the worst puppet of all time because he is easily impressed. Me say, me not easily to impress. You can't impress me easily because me were very high standards. Me were very high standards. So just imagine, say, giving the presidency to somebody like Kwame A Plus. That guy will sell all of you back to the slave master because the little the slave master will do for him, Kwame A Plus will go all out. Oh my yadio, ye mo hey, oh my yadio, yem plene, oh my yadio, yem plene. Someone like Kwame A Plus, if you give him the power, you guys will go back to the colonial master. Because Oyobia, he seemed to believe so much in the colonial master. Say na shas here. Emra abrofone ba Africa no. They first came as spies. Omba ye no, ombe study the way you see ye nioma, ye culture, ye belief system, ye setena mu ni bia, and na omo call back. Eko plan ye. The second time wa omba ye no, and na ombe di ye so. Mon shadi. Omba ye no, study Africa for. You see, if you want to conquer a people, take your time, learn the way they live, get to know their weaknesses, and use their weaknesses against them. So when they first came, they took their time. They came as people who loved us. They came as people who were ready to trade with us. They came as people who were ready to, help us and assist us in so many ways. They came to use that opportunity to study us. So the first time they came, were almost study. When they went back and they came back, they came as missionaries. Oh, we are here to help you. We are here to love you. We are here to give you the message of redemption. We are here to assist you. Oh, we are missionaries. We are God-loving people. We are sent by God to come and preach the good news to you Africans. What you are doing is all evil. Your festivals, whatever you do, whatever you stand for is evil. A savior who once lived in Israel, a Jew, came to die for you. He came to die because of your sins. Senebaya, you and I will have an eternal life. Now, mind you, when they first came, they realized the weak point or the weakness of Africans they are overly emotional. You see, Africans are more emotional than thinkers. That is why so kwa abrochire kosua bibi. Na so ba Ghana. Na se o ka kire ebia unuanom Ghana for say ebia omo ye bibi na so ka kire mo say da bi ade wo ye amo ye o kwa abrochire anya sa de ye no so ye the same bomu a ebebo a esan say o receiving message no with emotions o fioko e de be de hu da ye ni wana na nam ha o ja se we are cranka e de o kwa abrochire ba ko pe no ayo on say mini mo tuno mo de mo kwa abrochire na tuno sa o fioko o te na say ya de ye no esan say ordinary emotions and a message, and not reason. They are quick, or we are quick to insult. We are quick to condemn, because when you receive a message with wisdom, when you receive a message with intelligence, you will not be too quick to condemn. And some ya assume si catch me. Nyansa bi wo mu and some ya catch me. Bibi wo mu aseme fa na seme de come de ho a me so no ebetimi abo am ofa ya me chia wo. By some say young black people, yeah, overly emotional. We welcome messages with our emotions. It is a free mind they kasa. Obin tinasia na onam comments na odinate because and someone free mind all can or the nakoma na edge and yana drain. Abrafono ba Africa, they realize say your weak point bako and they say we are overly emotional. Number 2, we are overly superstitious. We believe so much in superstition. And some mindful in ceremony before the Simon. So they realize say, okay, and a sound for you say you come back. Now the religion already. They seem to have some magical powers. They seem to have some powers to be some powers on a bomb by a bomunti. Before we will be able to conquer them, David. Before we will be able to conquer them, we must first of all destroy star powers in our mono. We must first of all disconnect them from what they believe so much in. Enti omo ba and omo formulating religion and you see already Machira will say omo who say your weak point your emotions and your belief system. We believe so much in superstition. Therefore, religion now omo de ba they have to pack that religion with so much emotions. Yes, will be very somebody who isn't of your color. Telling a black man say somebody who is not of his color has come to the world to sacrifice his life for him. I'm telling you, the black man will be ready and willing to do anything to follow that person, because already they presented themselves as good. They branded themselves well. Na almost entade pa na yanu bebre entade ayeshe kura nya papa. Omo bre yen ahwehwe na yehu ayehwe da. They came with guns, gunpowders. They came with so many things. Already, they coming to meet us. We saw them as superior than us. We saw them as God. The French ambassador, also they say, "O winning Ghana for 20." Washa see oye and you may be or the winning Ghana for and based on that, Kwame A Plus and then no attorney pages to say Ghana for a man a standing ovation. Because the woman wants to win the heart of Ghanaians before going on to do her agenda. So this is how they came. Monsa ye maame num na omo hye dan hye ye maame num na say omo ho ye basabasa bi ni ade and na abrofo no were neatly dressed. And already ye maame num hum abrofo no sabi omo hu say ye nyamen fo no aba sankofo e de sa omu nyame ya omu boni hu dawuro di ama yi se sa nyame no na aboa omu ama omu etimi ahye sa ntade kama we ya omu hye sa de a ye ni sa omu nyame na chi mama nchema de if you want to demonstrate how emotional we are let me use an example. Hollywood movie Arnold Schwarzenegger. Those days na yeko theater Jackie Chan mo ne Arnold Schwarzenegger mo ni ade. Se mo study Arnold Schwarzenegger betimi ade machine gun ato how can be friend saying ato ne nsaso anase ne komu anase na ha Arnold Schwarzenegger betimi akura machine gun e de ato na ha a bomb a dime full of hundreds of people. Spray almost as if sabi nipa ya nkrane nipa ya muabi na o spray almost. Now so you, the person watching, will not become emotional and the shoulders, yes, or the machine gun to the shoulders. As spray an entire building, thousands of people will die by one machine gun. And you find the blacks doing, yo, what's up? Schwarzenegger, my man, kill them. I love Schwarzenegger. I want Bo. Schwarzenegger, hey, hero. Schwarzenegger, hero, wow, Bo. Hey, Schwarzenegger, don't boy. When anybody, when you're emotional, because the intention of that movie is not to grab your emotions, but to excite you. But the same story, you come back to Nigeria, Nollywood movie. Kanayo wo enkwadabe 10. Ehiano onisika odehwe mofra no ena Kanayo ye na dwen se ofa emofra ne baako akọ sacrifice no enya sika duro se ne be ya obetimi ahwe sa emofra 9 na aka no. Mind you, Arnold Schwarzenegger ekun nipa be 1,000. You were excited. Arnold Schwarzenegger ekun nipa be hundreds of thousands. You clapped for Arnold Schwarzenegger. You were so happy because why couldn't you feel sorry for those people that Arnold Schwarzenegger were, was killing? Because the intention of those movies is not to grab your emotions, but to grab your excitement. Your excitement, your emotional part, your logical thinking part, and your belief in God part is But Kanayo, nebaba akona or then they'll make the movie look so emotional because the intentions of such movies is to grab the emotional part of your brain. And to us, say Kanayo de nebane kwa na ya di areho beat bi atatuo oh no ya okombode urio ya olofuna ya de enom areho dum bi atatuo Once an hour to an hour soon. Oh, Kanayo, why are you doing this? You are too wicked. Oh, pity Dochi. He's sacrificing a small boy. People are too wicked. And God will punish you. Pity Dochi, God will punish you. Kanayo, why are you too wicked? How can you sacrifice a small boy for money? You guys are too wicked. Blood of Jesus, God punish you. You can end up hating Pity Dochi for no reason. You can end up hating Kanayo for no reason. Why? Because in that movie, Kanayo sacrificed only one person to save 9 children. He sacrificed only one child to save 9 children. But Arnold Schwarzenegger brought down an entire building of hundreds of thousands of people. And you are cheering, yo, Arnold Schwarzenegger, we are bomber, Cuomo, Arnold, we are bomber, Arnold, we are bomber, Cuomo. Why? Because in these 2 movies, these 2 guys are killing people. These 2 guys are perpetuating crimes. Now, so the difference, they say, the Hollywood movie was not meant to attract you emotionally. It was meant to excite you. Whilst the Nollywood movie was meant to emotionally connect with you. That is why you curse Kanayo, you curse Pity Dochi for sacrificing only one child, just one. But you hail and bless Arnold Schwarzenegger for killing thousands of people. So when these guys came to Africa, they realized that Africans were overly emotional. Therefore, to conquer such a people, write a story which will be very emotional. Go and tell them, say, a Jew who was sinless, who was so white, came from heaven. He was living in Israel. He died for them. He was crucified on a cross with a very gargantuan nail put in the hands and the feet. He cried, Ali, 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 Sabah, Sabatani. Go and tell them that if they don't believe in that Jew who was killed for no reason, who was killed because of their sins, go and get the emotional part of Africans. Go and get the emotional part of Africans. If you want to get the attention of black people, sell an emotional story to them. Maybe on social media, and I can say, oh, hey, man, my bro, I was an orphan. I grew up in an orphanage. My bro, me papa wu, at the age of 2 years, kwara me orphanage. And I might say, now, my mom, a story, emotional. I can most people would have followed me because they have an emotional pity for me. Oh, Freemind bro. Oh, Freemind. Hey, Freemind bro. You see not the orphanage. Hey, Freemind bro. Because of how Freemind afamunti, mempena semampu I mention the video said the ya obetimi akọ name on social media. So, and no any trick abrofone you see here. And this woman here is using the same trick. So promote you to Paris. It will nyam attention. And I'm hailing no, and I'm say yeah man a standing ovation. Do not be too quick to praise people. Do not be too quick to love foreigners. Hey, abrafone ba you know. Africans, they use Africans to dig their own graves. These castles were built by Africans. The whites were the engineers, Africans were laborers. This building you are seeing is the Cape Coast Castle. Abrafono nana eye engineers, and the black people were the laborers who worked in these forts and castles. But sad enough, no time wana black people na omu nim said they were digging their own graves. Why? Because at that time, no, they were already sold out. They were already sold out. They had already succumbed to the emotional manipulations of the white people. We are bringing you clothes. We are bringing you mirror. Hey, wanimuda o say na pro no wanim kwase ampani efisia wo wanimuda say na wanimutie ne de they came to emotionally manipulate us. We are here for the better good. We are here to help you people. We are not evil. Give us land. Welcome us. And trust you. Trust me or trust you me. It's on the way almost present omuhuntino. Emaya ji omutumu, ombre ajishe, ombre yetuo. It those days, yanka sanso kahubi. Elutina me mentan brofuno. But point I me making it say, a brofuno, a bring bia yani ombe share biano, they cheaters. It is yani broni dilia. You're very careful. Let us not be too quick to love them, to praise them, to welcome them, because a peer to your pain. You're saying ya or akane pain no. So who abua son sooner na usro. And call for way anytime we come or we meet face to face with them on government level, they cheat us. Even at the grassroots, they cheat us. The point I'm making is saying, can't say woman you onyeshi. Why be now? So let us not be too quick to praise her. Let us not be too quick to love her, because near all young so is serving in my interest. Okay, say oh because of the Muama. Okay, say oh yes I did because of the Ghana Fuama Debbie. It's on by and ombre ma share, ombre mo gunpowder, and ombre mo dien. They emotionally connected with Ghanaians first. And I got my phone now, sorry. Hey, coffee, abrafu ye good oh, hey, mumra, share. Edina mope nipa, omo den. Edi omo akobu krom, abakwa ejima mo. Kono den region, ejimi for bigua. Omo den, jimi kwa mo jimi mo kwa mo cheche omo ina. Mo kwa sala kase salaga. Go and open a slave bucket in Salaga. Take them away. They are doing nothing. Omo den, ejimi for kwa. Mo kwa say omo ina kwa brochire. So, Esan said they want us emotionally until we help them. We sold ourselves into slavery. Our parents, our kings and queens, we sold ourselves into slavery. Because a mother didn't care. Because though there's not or 20 children, 30 children from polygamous marriage. So that person wouldn't care to donate 2 of her kids. Send a bear obenya arisha enya gunpowder enya ensa alcohol. That is how they came to conquer us. Mind you, Sabroni Frabrocheba Africa. Chamontadia and Tadia no. Or they chamono, yes, or buanas or nuance or buane because Abrochero and Tadia no be a waste. They don't even know how to dispose them of. I was a brony chawoka. Would they be saying no more or more bruchery? Ultimate car na about so because to dispose of a car is so expensive in the white man's country. And Africa has become the dumping site. Oh, go and give it to them. So 5-year-old car, 6-year-old cars, 7-year-old cars, go and give it to them. When they bring them, it's brand new. Hey, the Benin Chida, hey, brand new. Hey, you might think he or she is helping you. Of course, Majatu or Boa, because unika and a wacha car. Unintadia, no mountadia, Naso, maybe so tia CSA. China or Chauntadia, no, or also airborne because Nikro was Santa, then in your west. Or who baby on famu. I question me what so many things in my house. And I'm even looking for a place to go and dispose them of. And me frau now say open. And I say, Mrs. Sanning Nana, me de brow set me the achew. I said, my yo papa. But at the same time, so I have done myself good because Sa and Tadian became a burden in my house. That is how they control us. That is how they play with our minds. If you want to win the heart of black people, go and do something very little for them and you have them to yourself. Go and give them a plate of food. Go and tell them you love them. Go and tell them you care for them. Go and tell them you are there for them. Go and do something very small for them. And you have them, and people like Kwame A Plus will go to their social media platform and promote you and say, Ghana should have a standing ovation for you. Do you know how many blacks are in Europe contributing greatly to the economies of Europe? Who is praising them? Nobody. Who is giving them a standing ovation? Nobody. So the same way, whatever this woman does in Ghana, she doesn't only do it for Ghanaians, she equally does it for where she is coming from, France, Paris. So don't be so quick to praise her. If there should be anybody worthy of praise in Ghana right now, it's supposed to be Apostle Dr. Kojo Safo. This man has done tremendous job in Ghana. But Ghanaians have still not seen. Why? Because Apostle Kojo Safo is of their color. But Sabroni, Sabroni, we are so quick to jump to praise them because already you're brainwashing it to see them as gods. Says Opama, a Christopher Nina pencil, any crayon say Obia and Roy Yankopon. They will draw God and paint him white because in the mind of the black man, God is a white man. In the mind of the black man, God is a white man. In the mind of the black man, ni savior a bruni. Because they came to Africa, they marketed themselves so well, they branded themselves so well, they sold themselves so well to Africans. Africans helped them to build their castles. And when those castles were commissioned, Africans were the ones who were captives in those same castles. Until now, some of you have still not learned from history. Some of you have still not learned from the atrocities I have found. Menka say yentan brofo. Menka say yentan brofo. Menka say yenye racist. There be. Name the American say yensuya free history. Yensuya free and nyoma ya femu. Yensuya free and nyoma abrofo ne di ya fem. America for 9/11 2001 Osama bin Laden ebesine America for say they will never forget. America for say the September 11th incident is a taboo. The September 11th incident the September 11th incident is a day the American people will never ever forget. They will never forgive, neither would they ever forget. Esan said they never forgave Winti. They hunted Osama for 10 good years. And finally, according to them, they brought down Osama bin Laden. So I want we black people, I want we Ghanaians to have the same attitude. Let us never forgive and forget. And you should never ever forgive. You can choose to forgive, but never forget. It was all, look, everybody was trying to survive. Even Abrafuna, they were fighting among themselves. That is why when they were building the castles, the things that they took so much into consideration was security. So those of you who have ever been to the castles, will be on front of cannon balls. Sa cannon balls, no, say ebia another nation be eba, abekonka or mua. They fire those cannon balls, and those cannon balls will dig a hole in their boat and sink the boat. They'll protect their territory and keep making money or keep exporting slaves to go and work on their plantations and, to go and dig their tunnels. Area say it's all about survival. That is why I always tell you, say, be watching animal documentary. Animal documentary will teach you a lot about life. Animal documentary will teach you a lot about life. These are the basics of life for Abrafone Tiasie over thousands of years ago. A black still don't understand. Because Bibinia Junior say, we are here to fear, to serve, and to worship God. But Broni himself, Broni Adrian, Broni himself, we are here to dominate. We are here to conquer. We are here to control. So the American government will do anything possible to make sure America remains a superpower. That is why they see Russia as threat. The American government is as they know that we are here to control, to dominate, and to conquer. The American government will do anything possible to make sure America remains on top. That is why they see Russia as a threat. That is why they see China as a threat, because they want to be the first on this planet. Miniano, muntie miye. Eti abrofuni yamfane say, Ashasiano, they were only trying to survive. We can't blame them so much, yes, because we equally sold ourselves into slavery. Now, so, in as much as they say, yen blaming Omono, at least, yen shia bibi free and neoma abrofone di fame. Senebaya, when next time we are dealing with them, we must be more cautious. We must think and use our brain. Because these guys, Enioma omudi ya fem. Eni juman sa akofo we dia di eno me nuanom senka ene ye hu abokra nko se ye dwane me na me ka be kire wo. Omutri mu osum. Yeah, this is how they came to Africa. This is how they came to Africa. Oh, blacks, we love you. Ghana, we love you. The people of Gold Coast, we love you. They never loved you. They loved your gold. They loved your resources. They loved your strength. They loved what you have to offer. Not you as a person. Survival of the fittest. It be money. Am I making some sense here? If you go to the jungle, it sounds like the lion want to be on top of the jungle. You know, the lion does not move alone. They move in pride. They'll be so strong enough to dominate the jungle because the lion knows that to survive in the jungle, you must be strong. They say there is no difference. Or there is only a thin difference, a thin line between the human society and that of the animal jungle or animal kingdom. In the animal society, they live by instincts. They don't reason like humans beings do. They live according to their instincts. They survive. They eat each other to survive. But in the human society, yes, I'm saying, humans are more intelligent, you know. We have created values, moral codes to guide the way we live, to guide our ways. And me say, there is no difference between a mua and nipa. And now, my area say, and the man who love you so much, or men can say love, the man who is lasting after you is not able to rape you because of the law, because he knows that if he does touch you, the law will fight against him. If he does touch you, you end up in prison. The person who hates you so much is not able to kill you because of the fear of the law, not because nothing is killing yet. The person who doesn't like you, the person who hates you, the person who wants your downfall is not able to kill you or is afraid to kill you because of the impact of the law, the consequences of the law. My area say na yanka say yetu embra nyinegu yetu aban nyinegu. There's no police, there's no military, there's no law enforcement. That is when some of you will understand life and survival. Like it will be the strongest and fittest will survive. Aka obi shiao na so krawa de bi na say sa de de fena opia eno ase wa bo na waje. Obishia oba, I love you. Oba ne tiasio wan tiasio no ache no arepi no. That is how the human society would have been. So the only difference between the human society and the animal kingdom is the fact that human beings have used their brains to make laws, to guide them, to make laws, to protect them, to make laws, to force them to live like human beings should. That is why good and bad is subjective. What is seen as bad in Ghana might not be seen as bad in India. Because Ninano, a human society, how we evolved. How we evolved. And a Maya draw sad money na. Untie me pao. Enti among abrofo any young blacks in so say yen so ya maya dream na anya sharp wa. E ma ya nwi se nyame bi se wie ayi nyame bi se wie mu a obeko ye kwa maye there be. So what makes you think say God doesn't care to see animals eating each other, to see animals killing themselves, but he cares so much to see humans doing the same thing? What makes you think so? Say nyame, say jata every buffalo na say buffalo tiem mu me mu buamio mu eradie jata o okumio mu me nyame say ha buffalo jimi fo ye de be nyame we ku na nyame ani age na jata e ku buffalo na nyame mfa ho na so eba human society dia nipa adwene ne sese yeku na nyame bi sen wie mu a obedi na sem ama no. No God will solve or fight your battle for you. Abrofo no upon yoma omba Africa edibeye yina nyame bia ni ho a wako ama black people ebesi ne abrofo no they keep enjoying life. Blacks keep suffering. Why? Because life is all about survival. Survive. The only reward and punishment that I know is among we human beings. So yeah, dear, na se enya ye timi do ko jina court na ebia ye de watumbe 10 years, ye de watumbe 20 years, ye de watumbe 30 years to serve as a punishment for what you did wrong. And I say, oh yeah, dear, na say yeah. Sanya A Plus eka say yeah, mama me way a standing ovation. You know, if you do something worth reward, that human beings will be the ones to reward you. So me, if you ask me, the only reward and punishment that I know is the ones that we human beings are called to each other. Apart from that, forget about karma. Forget about nature. Nobody can explain nature in its entirety. Nobody can explain how nature is able to give punishment. Nobody can explain. The only thing that you and I will know, we are aware of, is reward and punishment being given by human beings to their fellow human beings. So survive. Use your brain, Bibini. Use your brain, black man. Use your brain, Ghanaian. Survive. Survive. Abrafono surviving before they left Francophone Africa. They told them, say, they will only leave if they sign or if they append their signature on Embrana or Modema or Mono. Now Embrano say, Embrane say, you must pay colonial taxes to Paris because the whites wanted to survive. They wanted to control. They wanted to dominate. Watch animal documentary. Sundays, when you are at home, when you have the time, watch animal documentary. You get to understand life in its raw form, without filters, without editing, without anything. That is how life is. You think, in your indoctrinated mind, you think you were created by an all-loving God, right? Let me ask you, which all-loving God will create his own children only to end up sitting in the sky and watching them eat themselves or eat each other? These are the principles of nature. Eat or be eaten. Conquer or be conquered. Use your brain or somebody else will use his or her brain on you. Survive or be taken out. Kill or be killed. These are the rules of the jungle. But human beings don't live that way because, like I said, we are able to reason. We are able to think. And because we have a higher brain, because we are higher mammals, we have been able to think outside the box and have created moral codes, reward and punishment to guide our ways. And we will be able to have a decent society. That is why our ancestors were more barbaric than the modern world that we live in. If you go back to history and go and research how they used to kill people, go and research about the forms of punishment that they had in the olden days, you cry and weep for humanity. You ask yourself, say, how were human beings able to even do this thing to their fellow human being? Now in the ancient Rome, now punishment to be say a chewa almost see now sanya yes na jinga. Ya de woto ya de edua ewura woto e mani pie oha. Yes now sanya yes na jinga. Na sina na yes na no ye pia ade no kakra na ewura wo mu. To say ebe pie oha. By now, all those forms of punishment have been taken out. Even capital punishment, the whole world is fighting, say it must be abolished in every country. Why? Because the human society keeps evolving, keep advancing in knowledge, in wisdom, and in everything. And the more we advance, the more we tend to create modern moral codes to see certain things which were acceptable back in the days as non-acceptable. So human beings, we are the beginning, we are the end. About reward and punishment, about survival, we are the beginning, we are the end. Nipa na eka ebem. That is why there is a saying, say, almost say the boss near yachitre no esro no. And I say near yachitre no asasi so no. Na yachitre no esro. The voice of the people is the voice of God. Why do they say that? They say that because they know, say, God will be anywhere with nipa. Say God will tie nipa nka ye ku na say nka usu fresh God na. That God should be able to come to your aid. Now so esan say God will be anywhere with nipa nti. Ena say enkremofo mpo e wo mocks e sum nyame. Say a Christopher crowd asori dem sum nyame a. Terrorists etimi wura ho bo omu netuo. Nyame be anywhere will save you. Why? Because Nyame bia ni wa otie nipa eye nature. Eat or be eaten. Dominate or be dominated. Kill or be killed. Survive or be taken out. You guys don't understand how nature works. You guys don't understand how nature works. That is why abribia yet na Africa ha Emma abrofo be control yen. Yet na Africa ha Emma abrofo be ba Africa be buya kwasia. Because broniti abrabo ase, broniti life wase, broniti nature ase, yen ti ase. If nature would not punish the lion for eating the buffalo, let us not trust the same nature to punish another human being for killing a human being. Let us not trust. The reason why I'm saying let us not trust, as a result of the fact that sometimes, you can do something and get certain consequences. But most often, the consequences must come from human beings. Reward and punishment. It's here focusing on the punishment of the human being. Let us forget about any supernatural punishment because sadly, yet been proven. This is how they came. This is how they came to Africa. This is how they came to Africa. This is how they came to conquer the black man. Now, I will tell you, I say, yes, we be we are who. Not yes story. Or say, or bear we are no. And I ordain a cry to her. Say the bear who share me, ubenya down quan. Now, the second coming no so bar. Obema or dear immortality. And I come for not your story. Come for not to say, and I say, Asante for say. Come for not to be we are be ye and dear. Now when who or say or kwaji owu safuaba. Send a bear asante for a wubium, me wubium. Send ye bear asante for a wubium. It is yes can say obema ne followers immortality. Come for not so can say obema ne followers immortality. So I'm asking you, why do you follow Jesus and not Okonfanochi? They all promise to give you immortality. These are ancient stories. These are stories. Survive. Use your brain. The greatest human resource of all time is the brain. The moment you fail to use your brain, you are conquered. The same way, the moment the lion is caught off guard, the lion is taken down, irrespective of how strong the lion is. Life in its raw form is all about survival, my dear brothers, my dear sisters. Survival. Nobody will fight for you because nobody has ever fought for the black people. The only people who fought for us was Kwame Nkrumah, Patrice Lumumba, Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King. These are the guys who fought for the black race, not God. Not the God of Israel. Where was the God of Israel when blacks were being taken captives? Where was the God of Israel when the first slave ship arrived on the shores of Africa? The first slave ship was called Jesus. In case you have forgotten, or in case you don't know, the first slave ship that landed on the shores of Africa was called Jesus. Where was Jesus when the whites named a whole slave ship after him and came to Africa and took our people as captives, took Africans as hostages? Where was the God of Israel? Today, you don't even honor the people who spilled their blood to see you and I free. We even fail to honor our forefathers who fought for our liberation. Today, somebody, have the courage or has the courage to speak ill of Osajefo, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Oh, free uncle. Kwame Nkrumah tikwa na Ghana yanko so ya hwaya oh free uncle. You have the courage to speak ill about your ancestors. You have the courage to speak ill about those who fought for you. But that same person will never dare speak ill about Jesus or Jesus Christ, because that person has been indoctrinated to see Jesus as the white images you are seeing in this picture, and to see Satan as those who are wearing black in this picture. Black and white. Black and white. Yesu nyankopon eye fita. Bonsamo die oye tuntum. And you sit in your churches and say amen. Glory be to God. Praise God. We love God. We need you, God. God will protect us. God has never protected anybody on this planet. Get to understand nature. When you understand nature, you understand life. When you understand nature in its raw form, without filters, without emotions, you understand life. The weakness of the black man is their emotions and superstition. The weakness of the white man is honesty. If you want to win the heart of the white man, be honest. If you are honest to a white man, the white man will not care, leaving all his estate in your care. Why? Because you have won his trust. The weakness of the white man is trust, honesty. So we can use that honesty to our own advantage. But we fail to do that. When they came to Africa, they realized that the weakness of the African, the weakness of the black people is their emotions. Blacks are overly emotional. They are too emotional. Tell them something. They disagree with you, fioko, because we receive everything with emotions. That is why Esan said, religion is there to attract you emotionally. That is why women are the ones who are more hooked to religion, because women by nature are more emotional than men. That is why you find so many women in churches, because they are overly emotional about the story of Christ. That somebody who is not a Ghanaian, somebody who is not of my color, came all the way from heaven to die for me. And they show you movies. They are beating him, spitting on him, calling him names, his blood oozing out, and with tongues, and God, crying and weeping and sorrow and anguish. Now you see the African. Yes. Forgive me, yes. Why did yes have to go through all this? Just because of me. I love you, yes. I love you than my own mother. I love you than even my own earthly father, because you have told me, say, your word says the world is passing away. Your word says anybody who has the love of the Father inside of him, or anybody who has the love of the world inside of him, does not have the love of the Father. Therefore, I reject my earthly father. I reject my own mother. I embrace you, Jesus. I embrace you, yes. Why? Because you have been emotionally conquered throughout the ages, throughout history. The battle has always been a battle of the brain. The smart people are always able to use their brain to outsmart the weaker brains. Let us wise up. Na yemie yadwimo. Let us wise up. Na yemie yadwimo. If you visit the slave castles, on top of the dungeon were churches. So it was heaven above, hell below. Whilst the slaves were crying, help us, we are dying, we are thirsty, we are in filth, we are hungry, help us, help us, help us. Oh, we never knew that these castles that we assisted you guys in building will later be used as our graveyard. We never knew. Had I known, if we had known, while the blacks were wailing and crying and living in anguish down there, the whites were on top, praising the God of Israel. Praise Him Most High, we are marching to Zion, Zion, beautiful, beautiful Zion. We are marching upwards to Zion, the beautiful city of God. Whilst your ancestors were crying down there, the whites were praising God upstairs. So ask yourself, why were they not practicing what they came to preach to us? Because they knew that whatever they sold to the black man was bullshit, was bullcrap. They knew. They knew that whatever they were selling to we black people was absolute bullshit, first degree bullshit. That a God would descend from heaven to subject himself, to be tortured, humiliated, and murdered in that kind of manner, just to be able to save his own children from the devil that he himself created. Do you now understand how life is? Survival of the fittest, survival of the smartest. We are here to survive. If you and I fail to survive, if you and I fail to be smart, abrafu we no abribia ombe yusu omwadwin against we black people. So let us not be too quick. Our forefathers committed the same mistake, and today we are still suffering from the mistakes of our forefathers. The mistakes that our forefathers committed 500 years ago. Today we are still suffering. So I'm saying, let us not commit the same mistake. What was the mistake they committed? They were too quick to welcome the white people. They were too quick to welcome a Brofono. They were too quick. They easily laughed. They easily gave in. Let us not commit the same errors of today. There is one thing that we cannot do. We can never change history because we are not time travelers. We can never go back to history and change what happened 500 years ago. We have to move on. But in moving on, we have to move on in a smart way. We have to learn from history. In the future, you and I will be smart. Akwese wusi dan ena edan ni buye. Ena ebinu baye solve ekire wo say edan ni bui because the foundation was weak. Now, edan na ebu no oye dian ya ebu awie anameboa good. But you learn from reason tia edan ni bu ye say the baye when next time you are building, you factor that reason. Say the baye you toughen the foundation. Say the baye you be able to prevent what occurred or what happened in history. It is all within our human ability to change something that happened in the past. We can never change history. We can never go back to the past and change whatever we have been through. But we take solace in the fact to say, you and I have the ability to change the future, to change the current by learning from the mistakes of the past. Let us wise up. Life in its raw form is all about survival. So black people must kick out the mentality say there is a supernatural force out there which will fight for them. Nobody will fight for you. The God who could not fight for the buffalo will never fight for you. Survive. That is something that the whites understood 2,000, 3,000 years ago. Till now, blacks still don't understand it. Let us survive. Your brain is your power. Your brain is your God. Your brain is your everything. Use it. And until now, I can say, Okwasia be adwuma, Okwasia be san nanim fifre edisika, and as edinisika abre unyansani. Komfo agrada ne kan asem we kiremo. I forgot to put in the video. Or say, Okwasia, let me see if I can even see the video. Let me see if I can get that video of Okomfo agrada o kan asem no. Na yemfa eno in chat or yemfa sa video no in chat. Yes, I think this is the video. Yeah. Yenti ensemwa Okomfo agrada kan ye. Na yemfa yejumedie emra awiye.
Eti nyama bia enipa bi ye munti nyama bia ase. Munti nyama bia ase na Bible kan no. Woso wokwasea besem na nimu fifira prapra ni fie mu asesa de komanya nsani. Yansani ne wan. Yes. Eti bra. Kwaku. Afi unya kakra de sika gale no umadi. Oh, check a bit. Share. Masa konfua wo ye hie ni ye konfua na busumu ni mu nyansa. Oponso bakotu aduro na besi ho. Wan kasa konfua na kasa no. Se bibitimi wo mu. Na de adwuma. Nyansa ne usika duro no adwuma. Ya me de kaka jo sika duro na adwen no. Na de sika duro ne den. Ara tere. Min sure that maker. I'm telling you the facts. Ma wo street mu no. Asala bo na susa. Sala ya da ya ba o. Hello today. What's up? Wọ́n sunsun máa sọ ma kọ́ police station da. Wọ́n sunsun máa sọ ma yà kọ́ ọkọ̀ tó da. Na ọkọ̀ ẹ̀dúró sí náà yẹ yà sọ kọ́ police station. Police ni ọyọ́ ọ̀dẹ̀. O kọ́ ọkọ̀ kura obi.
Ọ̀sẹ̀ ohun sunsun mu asẹ̀mu a ẹ̀dẹ̀ kọ́ police station da. So ọkọ̀ ẹ̀dúró sí náà sọ yẹ yà sọ kọ́ police station. Yẹn fa ẹ̀dúró sẹ́mu kọ́ police station. The same way. Sẹ wọ́n yóò sún wá dín. Na se abrofu use omo adwen wo so a menwe se nature ebe ko ama wo Okomfo agrada ka se sikaduro ani wadwen sikaduro ani dien wadwen ya na eya me yase obi de se Okomfo agrada ni suku mpo enso na enkonkan bi asa ehu se life is all about the use of the brain, but till now graduates, PhD holders, some of them still don't even get it. They don't understand. Every living thing has a defense mechanism. The defense of the lion lies in its strength and its teeth, canines. The defense of the hyena lies in its ability to bite. The defense of the shark lies in its teeth. The defense of the snake lies in its venom. The defense of the buffalo lies in the horns. The defense of the rhinoceros lies in the horn. Every living thing has a defense mechanism. The defense of the electric fish is the high voltage it has. Every living thing has a defense mechanism. The defense of the horse lies in the kick of the horse. The defense of the domestic cat lies in the ability to scratch. The defense of the dog lies in the ability to bite. Whether you are HIV positive or you have corona, it will bite you. It doesn't care. Defense mechanism. So the defense of the human being is or lies in our ability to think, to reason, to decide, to learn from history. So what I'm saying is, let us learn from history. Let us use our defense mechanism. If you look at the jungle, you find the lions. The male lions are the ones who are always protecting the pride. They are the soldiers of the jungle. You go to the hyenas, every animal society, or if you go to the jungle, the animals have grouped themselves into different territories and different regions and different nations. And in every nation, you'll find some who are soldiers protecting, the weak ones or the weaker ones. If you watch the army ant and cranny, it says and cranny kwa na a soldier for ni China and cranny no namfinfi no moko. So compare that to the human society. We have created countries and territories and nations. And in every nation, we have soldiers who are protecting themselves. May say, there is very little difference, minimal difference between the animal world and that of human beings. Go and sin no more. Go and watch Nat Geo World. I promote this channel for free. Go and watch Nat Geo World. Those of you who have DSTV, even those of you with free Wi-Fi, just go to YouTube. Nat Geo World, they have documentaries. Go and watch the animal documentaries and learn. What you see in the jungle is life in its raw form, without filters, without nothing, without additives, without colors, without saturation, without anything. Life in its raw form. So don't wait and sit down and think, say, if somebody kills you, God will punish that person. No. If the white man thought that way, they wouldn't have conquered Africa. They came to conquer you. Today, upon all your prayers, you can curse them as many as you want. They still progress. Why? Because life is all about survival. They use their brain to survive. Don't blame them. Learn from them. So in moving forward, you and I will not commit the same mistakes which our forefathers committed. And today, after 500 good years, we are still suffering from the mistakes and the errors of the past. Let us learn from this. Then in moving forward, you and I will be able to make an informed, wise, and well-thought decision to guide our ways and create our new reality. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. New Force, thank you so much. And Extenta Sion, so thank you so much. I thank all of you, those of you who have shared. David, only David. Bosu, Michao. Mo share ye, mo like ye, mo comment ye. Midamu namasi. Kojo Neil, one of my top fans, ba. Kojo Neil, midasi bebre why. I see your comment every day, and I really appreciate you. Nadedu midasi bebre. I see you guys every day, and I really appreciate you. I always say we are on social media because of you. Without you guys, we are nothing. It's just like without Ghanaians, Ekufuado is nothing. That is how nature is, and that is how the world is. Midamu namasi. Tebuchan for memfamu NCA. Sanyamu ina mu no bidin at the chairman Freemind. Yebasa so ehye biem. Makramu ina.